What is the Global Volunteers?
So Global Volunteers is an organization that was founded on the principle that people like myself could sign up for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to go and volunteer within a community at the invitation of a local community where they see that there's a need that could be met by people who come for short periods, but in succession over time, they're building a lasting relationship within a community.
A global organization that works in communities around the world, trying to make a better world for everyone.
Great people who collaborate to put children first, put teaching first, and bring a little bit of light into their world.
I have no idea what that is.
So what are you doing here?
Well, we came to volunteer in Poland for the Ukrainian children.
I am helping run a summer camp for Polish and Ukrainian kids.
I'm here because I enjoy volunteering throughout the world. This is my 9th trip with Global Volunteers and my 15th volunteer trip since I turned 50 and became very deliberate about it. I find volunteering is a way for me to rejuvenate and refresh.
Why are you doing this?
Because it sounded like a really fun and great opportunity to do something that might actually have an impact.
At least how I was raised, everybody has to do something when something so horrific happens. So for me, this is the least we could do, and we were lucky that Global Volunteers exists to be able to put people where they're needed and to do all the logistics and the legwork to help people who want to volunteer do it.
I want to help the kids, yeah.
There's really nothing quite like meeting people in face-to-face circumstances to be able to help them and show how much we care about them and the situation that's happening. And it's just a more meaningful way to contribute. It's wonderful to make donations, and it's very much needed. And then there's another thing, which is to actually travel thousands of miles and show up and say, we really are here for you.
When did you start doing that?
Last year was my first year. Kind of woke up one morning and said I had to do something with the war in Ukraine. I felt like giving money wasn't really letting me see firsthand what my contribution as an individual could do.
This is my second trip. I was here last year also to Poland, also to this county, and I was motivated by just outrage at the Russian invasion of Ukraine, a sovereign country. And I originally wanted to go to Ukraine. I'm a nurse, and help the soldiers. However, I couldn't really do that without quitting my job. So I heard about Global Volunteers, and that's how I ended up here last year and again this year because it was so rewarding.
When I was approaching the age of 50, I had great plans to hike the Swiss Alps. And then I read about President Jimmy Carter in the United States, who does Habitat for Humanity trips. And I wanted to figure out if I could be a part of that large volunteer activity. And I could, and that got me hooked. And since then, I've tried to do at least one trip per year. This is my 3rd trip to Poland. Right before I came the first time in 2019, I learned that I have almost 20% of my heritage ancestry is Polish. And so it made me even more interested in coming to this country and supporting the people, learning more about the culture.
So what are you creating here with children?
I don't know if we're creating stuff, but we, I think that sometimes the best thing you can do when you volunteer and you're going somewhere to help is to do what you know. It's important that you do what you do best and what you know how to do. And so somebody like me who comes from event production and hospitality and have done that with my kids. We came together to see if we could do that here, and so we offered up some of those ideas, and Global Volunteers let us run with the ball. They liked what they heard. So we put together this rock camp, and we crowdsourced funds from our friends and family, and we took all that money and we went to the store here and we bought all kinds of music equipment, and we've been teaching kids rock and roll. Some of them already knew how to play instruments when they arrived, and some didn't. And I think that was really special. Kids who had never tried before, but said, "Oh, that guitar looks cool, so can I try that?" And of course, yes. So that was rewarding and also a lot of fun.
It's just remarkable that this was all organized, and the students that were brought from Ukraine were matched with students of a similar age in Poland. So it was really beautiful to see these children playing and interacting together, and in certain cases hanging out together and forming friendships just the way kids do at a summer camp.
Where we're just bringing some conversational English, some fun, learning through fun, and just trying to brighten the lives of the children and hopefully the other people and the adults in the community. I like to think it's a bit of fresh air, a breath of fresh air, and a change from anyone's daily routine, that we're just trying to make people have a little bit of fun.
So what impact do you think you will create here?
I hope that a lot of the younger kids that I've been working with will want to come back, and it'll maybe will create a part of their life when they get older that's I went to summer camp and I really enjoyed it. So I guess by making the little kids specifically their time here fun, they'll want to do it again, and yeah, that'll become a thing they look forward to.
If I bring one smile to one child, it's all worth it.
In the past, when I've done volunteer programs, particularly with children, they will often want to stay in touch, or if you ever return, they look forward to seeing you. And I do think teachers, whether they're full-time professionals or volunteers, are people that really make a lasting impact. If you only affect one child and make that child's world better, it's a very satisfying experience. So I'm hopeful that all of us in our own ways and collectively are making this be just a week that will be different and a memory for these children.
How are you feeling during this week?
You feel a lot of different things. So, the highlights really include for me just seeing students' faces just brighten up, and just laughing and experiencing joy, which is, hard to come by in certain circumstances. And it's something that every child deserves and, should have the experience of. And so in any small way that we can bring that in something as simple as having a water balloon fight is a great vehicle for just bringing pleasure and fun to kids, where they can all interact together and just, and just play as children should. It is emotional. You care about these children. I'll be thinking about these children when they're going home. So our hope is just to create as wonderful experience as they can possibly have in a short period of time.
I'm really tired, but I think you come to something like this, it's a set amount of time. I think that's the luxury for us, that we come in for a week. These kids are living it their whole lives. They don't get to pack it up and go home at the end of the day. I mean, we hope they do, but we don't know when that is. So for us, the way I see it is we take that week, that set amount of time that we have, and we give it our all. We're going to be tired every day. Forget about the jet lag. Forget about if it's hot. You just try to do what you can in the time that you have, and hopefully you do something positive. But when you see the kids smiling, and you teach them something one day and they come back the next day and they learn it and they smile because of that, then it's a small piece of making them enjoy life.
So why Poland?
Why not Poland? You know, this is where the Ukrainian refugees are welcome. This is where they're being helped, and they feel welcome here, I think. The Polish people are the nicest people. Everyone I spoke to, and I said, how nice of you to help all these refugees. Every single person said the same thing. They said, these are our neighbors. They would do it for us, and this could be us next time. You know, so very generous, big hearts, all the Polish.
It's great that the Polish people are being so accepting and welcoming, not only to the Americans who are here volunteering, but to the Ukrainian children and adults that are with them. It's really a gift for me to be able to be here and share a little bit of my world and try to take people's minds off of the very seriousness and kind of tragedy that's at play with the war.